tastiest adventure ever. So I hope you're ready, I hope you're excited, and you'll never guess who's coming with us.
Hey friends, we're here in beautiful downtown Miami for an exciting 4-day cruise on the Black Pearl. I'm ready, are you?
Matt, it's the Norwegian Pearl.
Well, that's unfortunate, but this is our first time sailing on Norwegian, so we're excited to see how this one stacks up to some of the other cruises we've been on in the past.
We're mostly excited because this is a foodie's dream. We are going on the first inaugural Chefs Making Waves Festival Cruise. We're gonna have 8 famous chefs from the Food Network on board with us. They're gonna be leading activities, curating meals. We're talking Scott Conant, Marc Murphy, Maneet Chauhan, Marcus Samuelson, and so many more. Can't wait to get there. But for now, we better pack up and catch our ride to the cruise terminal. Are you ready?
Let us do this.
Should we start a tally of how many food puns we use on this cruise?
Why not?
That's 2, and we haven't even left the hotel yet. So here we are at the Miami Cruise Port, which is one of the largest passenger ports in the world. Almost all your major cruise lines have terminals here, but we're heading to Terminal B for the Norwegian Cruise Lines. So if you're new to cruising, there's a couple things you might want to keep in mind as you arrive at the cruise terminal. First, plan to drop off your main bags with the porters before going into the terminal, and maybe have a little cash on hand for tips as well. Also keep in mind that staterooms aren't usually ready until midday, so anything that you take onto the ship has to be kept with you until you can get into your rooms. And let's be honest, no one wants to lug around heavy suitcases all day, right? With that said, you'll be able to print luggage tags during your pre-cruise check-in process, and these tags are how the porters will know where to deliver your bags once you're on board. We recommend picking up these clear plastic tag holders on Amazon and attaching it to your luggage prior to arriving at the terminal, but not before your flight. And that's simply because these tags only relate to the cruise cabin, and you wouldn't want them falling off at the airport or causing confusion for bad delivery with the airline. Now we're ready to walk down this gangway and get on the ship. I'm so excited.
What an excellent time.
Thank you. So like we said, this is our first sailing with Norwegian, and the Pearl is part of Norwegian's Jewel class of ships. So it falls somewhere in the middle of their lineup. So that means she might not be as glamorous or diverse as some of the mega ships that are out there today, but she still offers plenty of great features and amenities. The Pearl was built in Germany and put into service in 2006 and was refurbished in 2021. She holds about 2,400 guests and has a little over 1,000 crew members to keep her sailing on adventures. When it comes to size, the Pearl clocks in at 93,500 tons. For comparison, the mega ships out there these days weigh upwards of 236,000 tons, which is just unbelievable to me. I don't understand how any of these ships stay afloat. It's crazy. But this isn't your typical ship. She's seen a lot of celebrities in her days, and she's hosted several music festivals, several TV, movie themed festivals, and even a Star Trek themed festival. Now we enter the ship here on deck 7. This is the Crystal Atrium. This is their central hub of the ship, where you're going to find guest services, the shore excursions desk, gift shop, and the Atrium Cafe and Bar, which I hear is open 24/7, so that's good. There's more to this deck, which we'll be exploring later in this video series. But for now, we'll notice that this isn't like a lot of the ships. This atrium is only 2 decks tall, so it doesn't have that like towering empty airspace that some ships do, but it still feels very cozy and expansive. I really love the crystal lights hanging from the ceiling and this Chihuly art glass display. And they have a stage set up here too, where a lot of the festivities will happen on board. So since this is a festival cruise, this is an all-inclusive onboard cruise package. So that means all of our food and drinks, premium beverage package is also included. And we do have a special menu here that have been curated by some of the chefs on board. And today I'm having the Perfect Storm, curated by Gio Gutierrez. I apologize if I mispronounced that name. It is Bacardi 8, lime juice, pear and ginger syrup, and ginger beer. Oh my gosh, it's Andrew Zimmern. Hold on. Well, that was super cool, but let's chat about food. Each day in the Garden Cafe, they will spotlight 2 chefs. Today is Marcus Samuelson and Scott Conant. What we didn't realize until later was that the chef's food was inside the buffet and also outside in the great outdoors area. So that's a great tip because the lines inside were pretty long. Now typically in our videos we don't do a deep dive into food reviews. This is mostly because I feel like everyone's tastes are different, so I may love something that someone else doesn't and vice versa. But because this is Chefs Making Waves, we're going to do our best to describe and share our thoughts on each of the chef dishes that are being featured on the cruise. However, out of respect to other guests, we will do this by shooting video and taking tons of notes while on board and then sharing our thoughts in post-production. So Marcus's dish was a jerk lamb shoulder with coconut rice, collard greens, and a grilled pineapple salad. I really loved this dish. It was personally one of my favorites of the cruise. The flavor of the lamb really stood out. It was very well seasoned, had just enough spice. The meat itself was a little bit fatty for my liking, but it was very tender and just kind of fell apart as you ate it. Scott's dish was a Wagyu meatball, semolina pudding, stracciatella, and melted baby tomato sauce. This was also one of my favorite bites of the cruise. The meatball was very moist, it held together well, and the sauce was just slightly sweet. Okay, I'm super excited. It's time for our Sailaway Party. Of course, no Sailaway Party's complete without a couple of drinks.
Squeeze the day.
Squeeze the day. Sailaway parties, they're usually a lot of fun. You'll usually have entertainment staff leading dances and activities. Typically there's a band or DJ, and it just really sets the tone for the cruise. For this cruise, a lot of the activities are taking place here at the pool deck, so we'll be spending a lot of time out here. And typically there's a couple of large pools here and several hot tubs, but you'll see that they've covered one of the pools to set up the stage with some seating for people as well. So a lot of the demonstrations and things that the chefs will be doing this week are going to be right here on the pool deck.
Who is ready for 4 unforgettable days at sea?
Look who we've got on this stage. Valestro. The one and only who just took his top on, the man, the myth, and the legend, and the evil queen of the South.
I get but
How's she go last? Go last. I'm sorry. Mark has to go last. It's in the contract. It's in the contract. The myth, the man, legend, Scott Conant. I've had a crush on him for 20 years. I appreciate that, Chef. Thank you so much. Thank you. How you guys doing? Drinking like chefs. Before we get there, right? Marcus Samuelson, who is one of the best chefs in the world. And then, the one and only that can drink more than any of us together will be Mr. Marc Murphy. But he only drinks rosé. Where's
Okay guys, this is just a preview of the trouble that's going to happen.
Well, that Sailaway Party was an absolute blast. We were able to meet Scott Conant, Buddy Valestro, the cake boss, and Robert Irvine, who was absolutely hysterical. They were all very gracious and kind, and they spent a lot of time staying there and doing some meet and greets. We were also able to snap some photos and get some autographs on a special apron that I made for the cruise, and even sang karaoke, led by Burrell. now it's time to head down to deck 10 and check out our room. Okay, so first off, when you come in on the right hand side of this room at least, we have our clothes closet. It'll have life vests up there. These have nice lights that come on, so that's a cool feature that's not available on every ship. This also has a safe and a couple of drawers. Oh, if I can get them open. A couple of drawers down below for some storage. The bottom of this side is open, so that'd be a nice area to store your luggage once you get that.
I don't want to say anything, but I think the ship may have rats.
Oh no, rats.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's a problem. Okay, and over here to the left is going to be our bathroom area. So let's check this out. Okay, you have your toilet separated over here to the left. A nice big sink. It does have some good under storage as well. Comes with a couple of glasses, some shelves. And then you have the shower. Up there. Also has a clothesline in there if you need to hang anything up to dry. This is a nice big shower. It's definitely bigger than a lot of the ships we've been on. Plenty of room to move around in here. Okay, and you also have a desk area here with the TV. Matt's gonna demonstrate for us. There's a door, let's see what's in there. Okay, that's your refrigerator it looks like. Does it have a lock?
That's a lock feature.
Oh, what do they have for us here? Looks like they have a variety of waters in there for you for purchase.
Coconut water and such.
$6.50. It's a little fridge if you need to store some medicines or anything else. This is our bed. Of course, we had them put together. It comes with 2 beds. You can have them separated or you can have them put together. So we have a nice king-size bed here. And here in this cabin, we also have a sofa bed that can unfold and become an extra bed if we need it. Now it's pretty tight quarters in here. I will say if this bed were open and you were sharing this cabin with maybe a kid would sleep on that bed or a couple of little ones, it'd be pretty tight because it would extend all the way beyond the edge of the bed there. So just keep that in mind. There's not a ton of room to move around in here. You're also going to have some space under the bed to store some luggage. The beds are usually raised up enough that you can get a decent sized bag under there. So when we came in here, since this is a festival cruise, they do have our culinary passports waiting for us with a nice lanyard, name tags. They also have the daily cruise compass that we're gonna have that'll show you like all the activities on board, where to find activities, where your dinners are gonna be. It's gonna have all of your menus and activity schedules for the week. We pre-bought some shore excursions, so our tickets are waiting for us here in the room. So we didn't have to worry about that. Looks like there's reading lights above the beds. Now there are no plugs on these lights, so keep that in mind. Those are just reading lights. There's another storage desk over here with some drawers underneath, a little stool. Now this one does come with a couple of plugs here. And then it also has a USB outlet. We also have a menu here for room service and a mini bar you can order. Okay, here we are. We have a balcony stateroom here on deck 10. Now all the balconies do have a dividing wall for privacy, but if you're here with somebody and you have connecting rooms or your neighbors, you know them, you can have your room attendant open up this door for you, and so you can share some balcony space. Okay, so that's just a quick tour of our room. Let's share some first impressions. What do you think, Matt?
It feels a little smaller than some of the other rooms that we've been in the past. Although everything's nice. As with all cruise ships, not a lot of outlets, so charging things will be an issue.
I really love the decor. They have my favorite color in here, which is teal. It's very beautiful. It kind of gives you that like you're on vacation vibe, so I like that a lot.
And this cruise is apparently pet friendly.
Pet friendly. But we have the early dining, so we have a 5 o'clock dining reservation. So we gotta get ready and head to dinner. Tonight's meal is gonna be curated by Maneet Chauhan, which is one of my favorite chefs of all time. So for this sailing, all of the restaurants on board featured the chef curated menu only. So that meant there were no specialty dining restaurants, nor was there a choice of what you ate if you had the seated meal. Everyone on board enjoyed the same dishes, no matter what dining room you were in. However, if you did have a food allergy or concern that you submitted ahead of time, they did their best to accommodate. But for some, like me, who doesn't like seafood, that meant that there were a couple of times, maybe 1 or 2 courses each night, that I didn't eat that course. To me, it wasn't a big deal because I still tried the garnishes and the sauces just to get a taste of the chef's menu. And if I was still hungry, the Garden Cafe was always open, or there were the late night bites featuring the chef's menus as well.
So the first dish was a special amuse-bouche by Robert Irvine. It was an ahi tuna crudo with an avocado mousse. I thought this dish was very good and well balanced, and a great way to start the meal.
Our next course was the non-zanella citrus chaat salad, which was a standout dish of the week for me. It featured non-croutons, grilled sweet corn, cucumbers, chickpeas, some fruit, a delicious citrus raita, and a mint mango chutney. It was very refreshing and light, and I wish I had some right now.
Next we had a Malabar coconut crab cake, which was topped with a mango curry slaw and a panchphoron tomato chutney. Joyce wasn't a fan of the seafood, but this had a nice coconut flavor. It wasn't fishy and had a slight spice from the chutney. It was very good, and even the non-seafood people at the table enjoyed a bite or two.
Not bad.
It's not fishy.
It's not fishy. It's good.
Our main course was a porter beer and orange-scented braised short rib, which became a joke at the cruise, which you'll understand more about in our next video, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and watch the next video. But this was served on the white corn grits with broccolini, tomatoes, spring peas, and it was topped with a beer and peppercorn bordelaise. The sauce in this dish was very good and the beef was tender, but we thought it was a little under-seasoned, at least the pieces that we had. Still a great play on steak and potatoes.
Dessert was another standout dish. This was a cinnamon and sugar-coated malasada with a guava and Bavarian cream filling, bourbon caramel, and pistachio ice cream. The malasada was perfectly fried and airy on the inside. The sauce had more of a caramel flavor than bourbon, but we weren't complaining. It was a great end to our first meal, and the amazing waitress helped us celebrate my dad's birthday as well.
Happy birthday, dear David. Happy birthday to you.
So after dinner, we headed up to the library card room area, which they converted into a shop for the festival merch. They had a variety of 6-man merch as well as branded merch for chefs making waves. I am glad we went up the first day because I heard that there were a lot of t-shirt sizes that sold out by the second day, so keep that in mind for future cruises. One thing we were a little disappointed in was that there wasn't any chef-specific merchandise items, so we would have loved to have seen some cookbooks or t-shirts from the chefs, but hopefully on the future cruises they can make that happen.
Joyce.
What?
Look at me.
I'm looking at you.
Look at me.
What?
I'm the captain now.
Tonight's not over yet. It's dessert disco party with Buddy Valestro. So we're gonna get ready and we'll see you here in a bit. That's better.
Very brick house, Joyce.
Thanks. Ready to go shake your groove thing?
Dynamite, let's do this.
Oh my gosh. Do you have a favorite disco song?
I like September, Car Wash, you know, the usuals. What about you, Joyce?
Yeah, I love disco music, but my favorite is Disco Inferno, and hopefully they'll play it tonight. Let's go see.
So I am so excited to be here tonight, and I love that it's disco night. I mean, it's better than disco, right?
After enjoying a few desserts, we headed up to the Spinnaker Lounge for the silent disco. This was super fun because they had 3 DJs playing music on 3 channels, so you could always choose which one you wanted to listen to. What makes it funny is that everyone sings along to the channel they're listening to, so if you take off your headphones, it sounds like this.
Well, it is about 1 a.m. on Tuesday. We've successfully completed day 1 and then some, so day 1 plus.
Yeah, I'm proud of us for staying up past midnight, to be honest.
We got quite a bit done, actually.
Yeah.
We got to meet quite a few chefs, which was obviously why we were doing this cruise. We had some really good bites of food. Cake Boss ended the night very well with some very tasty disco desserts. And we ended the night in the silent disco, I think is what they call it. So that was pretty fun as well. Joyce, thoughts?
I have thoughts. They're a little hard to put together right now because I'm tired. It's 1 in the morning. Day 1 has been an absolute blast. Like, this cruise has been so much fun. We were just walking around the ship tonight and we found Robert Irvine and Marc Murphy hanging out in one of the bars, and they're just like super cool and down to earth. They're hanging out. You can like just ask them for an autograph or a photo or something.
Yeah. Case in point, Marc Murphy does an excellent selfie. Who knew?
Does.
He did a really good job.
We'll post the picture right here. This was taken by Marc Murphy at the bar. Anyway, that's a wrap here for the first day of our cruise. We're looking forward to tomorrow when it's a full day of activities on board the ship with the chefs and some more yummy food. So keep an eye out for that video. And in the meantime, if you like this video, found it fun or enjoyable in any way, we'd appreciate it if you give a big thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and follow us for more adventures.
Ring that bell.
Ring that bell. So until next time.
Peas out.
Oh, peas. I like that one. Wonder how many we're up to now. We'll find out when we get back. Bye.
But I will tell you this. If you see us at the bar and you don't buy us a drink, you're going to be in trouble.